Hello again, everybody, live from Robert Eddy's Lightning Strikes Bowl in Fort Myers, Florida. We'd like to welcome all of you to tonight's four-game sweeper. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a house shot. I'll show you the name of this thing here. It's the 2021, excuse me one second. I got it wrong, bear with me. Just hold on one second. I lost the name of it. It's the 2019 I gotta find it. I had it, lost it, and got tongue-tied, but I'll find it. Believe me, it's coming right here. Here it is. It is the 2019 ISC men's singles pattern. And to look at the graph, it's impossible. It's 47 feet. The first 12 feet are gutter to gutter with 27 units. The transition is going to be literally every frame all evening. I've talked to some bowlers. Many of them don't think they could average 200 on it. Some people are thinking 30 over for 4 games, maybe. And we're going to be bowling on this tomorrow, 8 games. Keep in mind we go to a top 5 tomorrow. So 8 games cut to the top 5. This is the toughest pattern we have ever had out here at Lightning Strikes. So get ready. It's going to be tough, and it will be exciting. Spare shooting at a premium. Catch a double, stay clean. 2-0 is like 240. So we'll see what happens as the evening goes on. Again, we're going to be split screening. Lanes 9 through 24. 25 up to 36, we believe. Actually, I take that back. We're going to be live streaming lanes 9 through 24, and that's it. The league comes in and bowls on 27 and 8. 25 and 6 won't be used. So we'll be using 24 lanes this evening. We don't have cameras on lanes 1 through 8. So we will pick it up 9 through 12, 13 through 16, 17 through 20, and possibly 21 to 24 based on entries. So again, 4 games. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got some people already on board. We'll be using tournamentbowl.com. Tomorrow we'll be on the air at 11:30. And again, 8 games of qualifying, cutting to the top 5. Going to be a tough shot, the toughest one we've ever had here at Lightning Strikes. So get ready. Get ready for action. Rob A. Concourse filling up slowly this evening. As you can see, we've got some league bowlers coming into the high end, and we've got some people practicing down at the low end, getting ready to bowl on this very, very tough shot here at Lightning Strikes. Gary Seitz is on, Ken Lowe, welcome aboard, Renee Waddell, Dusty Barner, Cooper Gates, thank you for joining us this evening, everybody. And thank you all for coming aboard here to spend your evening with us here at Lightning Strikes in Fort Myers. Getting the weather warming up now, starting to hit the low 80s every day. All the snowbirds going home now. But yet lots of traffic. Highways full tonight trying to get here. All the roads full. Fort Myers is just booming with house sales. Houses are going on the market and selling in a day. Everybody I talk to says the same thing. A neighbor put the house for sale on a Monday, sold it on a Tuesday. Just an amazing market. A lot of people coming here. I don't know if the infrastructure can handle it. Every road is just packed. So it's going to be interesting. You're going to have to start double-decking the highways around here. That might take 30 years. But it's crazy, the buildup here in Southwest Florida. Should have about 40 bowlers bowling tonight. Again, I'll be live streaming tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday next week, weeks 36 of the Audi League and the Oaks Farms League. And then the following week, Tuesday and Wednesday, the roll-offs for both leagues. And I'm going to be taking some time off this summer. I'm going to be going up to Connecticut and plan on leaving here on May 9th and taking a ride up the coast and getting into the Hartford area sometime around the middle of May. My granddaughter graduates on the 21st. I'm going to go to her graduation in Rhode Island and then take a few months, unwind, relax, and hopefully come back here in the fall. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting summer for me. I've not left here really in 2 years. Last time I went out of the state actually by vehicle was over 2 years ago. I did go to the USBC Hall of Fame Classic in January of 2020. That's the tournament where Tommy Jones shot 300 in a title match. That was the last PBA event I went to other than the senior tour here. But looking forward to a nice summer off. It's going to be fun. Going to relax, see some friends up in New England and Connecticut. And David Stouffer's going to bowl tonight, and he's got a hot hand. John Rakoski's going to be here. As you can see, the bowlers up here at the higher end. Stouffer here to continue his hot streak. He has been on a roll. Yes, Ken Lowe, I'll be in Rhode Island. I plan on popping in at Lang's to say hello. Going to spend some time on Martha's Vineyard and just enjoy my first summer off since 2018. So going to be kind of nice to relax a little bit, take about 10 weeks and enjoy my summer, the summer of the age of 72 next month in May. So for me, very happy to have an opportunity to travel, get my RV ready, and get ready to be a tourist, if you will. Again, we got a nice group on tonight. Steve Beloff's on. Good friend of mine here, his son Adam is going to bowl tonight. Adam Beloff has bowled very well in the last few years, a young bowler. Adam here tonight with his friends right in front of the booth. There's Adam right there. His dad's going to watch him bowl tonight. There's Adam and Brandon. And the bowlers starting to come in for this 4-gamer, and it is going to be a reality check, folks. Take my word for it. I took a look at this pattern, and I've not seen anything like it in my life. I wish we could have got it in. We didn't have a chance to put it in for you. We'll see tomorrow morning if I could get it in. You ought to see what it looks like on a graph. It's crazy. It looks like a round nuclear bomb with a stem on it in the middle of the lane, surrounded by oil. Whoever came up with this was a Picasso, I can tell you that right now. This is an artist, whoever did this. Whoever came up with this pattern put a Picasso painting on a lane, if you could picture it, with oil instead of paint. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Mark Pulaski Jr. bowling tonight. Ryan Waddell will be out there. David Stouffer, of course, with a great hot hand locally and around the state of Florida, will be practicing there. Spencer Eddy all the way down there bowling on 1 and 2 with his dad. Get a little 4-game action here at Lightning. expecting about 80 bowlers tomorrow. And we will be on the air at 11:30 tomorrow. I don't know what first page yet. Joe, I'll have a prize fund for you. Be on the air tomorrow at 11:30. 4-game scratch sweeper. Last time we ran one of these was last month's scratch event, the Eddie Foods Open. That was the sweeper that Jason Couch won, if you'll remember correctly, shooting over 1,000 for his 4 games. And, of course, in the semifinal match, Stouffer beat him 535, 524, and then Stouffer won. So he's actually defending his title this weekend. He was last month's scratch champion. He also won last week the proprietors event at Treasure Lane. So right now he's got a hot hand. Joe Panko on. Welcome aboard, Joe. Lee Ratchen's here. We got some horses tonight. Some very good players coming in. I'm real curious to see if they can master this. This one here, in my opinion, is the real test of any pattern we have put out since we've been running our scratch events, which is the last Saturday, usually of every month. And we've had sport shots out. We had dual patterns out. But this one here, to look at it, oh my God, it is scary just looking at it. And we expect about 40 entries this evening. We'll see. They're coming in slowly, of course. Everything will be held down the low end. Again, keep in mind the Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour was founded by Corey Hausman, who has done an unbelievable job. And if you'll notice, a lot of the lanes have banners on them. He was here Wednesday hanging his champions banners, which go across the house. And young man has done a great job. He's been running this little mini tour now for 2 years. He's had some great winners: Sean Wilcox, Walter Ray Williams, Christian Ascona, Mark Pulaski Jr., David Stouffer have all won these events. As you can see, the young man had some banners made for all his champions. Trevor Roberts, and of course Walter Ray Williams' name right down the end there. As you can see, the young man doing a great job promoting the sport of bowling here in Florida. He's from Inverness. It's a long ride up the road. Came here Wednesday, hung the banners, hung out with me in the booth. He's back here tonight with his dad, Russ, who was a fantastic bowler. Before he had a stroke, Russ Hausman was a heck of a player. He led the PBA National Championship one year in Toledo. He's also one of the few bowlers in the United States to win 3 PBA regionals in a row. That's tough. I don't care what region you're in, 3 different bowling centers, 3 straight pro events. That is a great, great record. Obviously, his dad was a heck of a bowler in his day. His dad's here tonight with his son. So, very interesting. This will be the first time that we've actually had a scratch event that belongs to another association, basically, monthly events that he runs. We did have the proprietors here. That's a yearly event. But Russ is running tournaments across the state. Was in Yulee, Florida last month, and that's north of Jacksonville. on I-95 right before the Georgia border. It's a long way from here. That's about 380 from here. So he's traveling the whole state running events, and we're honored to have him here. Robert Eddy is going to have him here 4 times a year, and we're excited. Very excited. Just reading some of the comments here. No, I didn't get a cat text, Joe. And Renee says Ryan won one of these. I don't think Ryan won one of these. Renee, maybe he did. Maybe his banner isn't up. I don't see it up there. But Ryan, maybe he'll win tonight. Let's get him going. See what he can do, right? Come on in here. You look different. You got your hat off. I hardly know who you are.
Are you on right now?
Yeah, come on in. Say hello. Come on, sit with me, man.
Oh boy, jeez.
So how many entries we got now? What are you looking at? About 80 so far?
We're looking at. I don't think it's going to be quite 80. I mean, it all depends. Like when we run in the Tampa area,
Yeah.
I have like anywheres from, 45 to 50 on Facebook that say they're going.
Yes.
Like the day before the event.
Yes.
And sometimes I'll have like 15 people show up that weren't on there.
Yeah.
And I'll have 15 people that said they were coming that don't show up.
Well, that's the nature of most tournaments. But right now, I think 80 is a good number. We've been very successful here with our scratch events. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Corey Hausman. He is the founder of this
What's up, guys?
organization and doing a great job. I was telling everybody how you came in here Wednesday, hung the banners. I was showing the banners and talking about your dad winning 3 regionals in a row. And we're ready to go here.
What's up?
We're ready for action.
Okay, give me a second. Right. I just want to say hello, everybody. Tomorrow, big event. Come on out.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough shot. What do you think? Tell me about your prediction for
tomorrow or tonight?
For tomorrow. What do you think about it?
Tomorrow?
8 games, yeah.
If I was going to, pick a win or two?
No, top 5.
Top 5?
8 games, top 5.
Definitely Wilcox, Trevor Roberts. Chris Polizzi's got a really good shot at it.
Yeah.
Stouffer. This is home house, of course. You got to put Stouffer in there.
Yeah. Rakoski.
Rakoski, possibly, yeah.
What do you think the number will be after 8 games to make the top 5?
Realistically, I think it might get a little easier as the day goes on.
Okay, they might blend a little and tame down a little.
I think it a little bit. I think it's going to be brutal at first. I think there's going to be a lot of people trying to play the gutter.
Yeah.
And as much as I heard the gutter's nice here, it's not nice right now. I've just seen a few shots down on 1 and 2 on the pattern. And
so do you think 100 over for 5th? Little high?
I'd say 50 over.
50 over for 5th?
50 over.
And what do you think would lead it? 1750? Somebody shoot 150 over for 8? Maybe 1750.
Yeah, it's gonna, to me, I think it's gonna be whoever can make their spares and execute.
I agree with that. All right, it's always spare shooting on these shots. If you give away 3 spares, you're giving away a 5-bagger.
Yeah.
So if you miss 3 1-pinners, that's 33 pins. You need 5 in a row or a 4-bagger and a double. You can't do that. You can't give away spares.
Right.
That's the key. The best spare shooters will be the ones up there. No doubt in my mind.
And you guys are using Tournament Bowl tonight, I see.
We're using Tournament Bowl. That's correct.
Excellent.
Oliveira's bowling tonight, Cooper. That ought to be interesting.
So how many people have showed up for the sweeper tonight? I guess it's...
I think we got a shot at about 30 to 40, which is very good in my opinion. Well, they got to find out. They live here. They may as well do it.
Yeah, right.
It's a short ride for them.
And the good thing is if people bowl successfully on this and they didn't have intentions of bowling tomorrow, they might show up.
That's very true, too. That's very true, too.
So... Well, I'm going to get stretched and warmed up.
Good to see you.
Congratulations. You guys can attempt or watch me attempt the bowl on 7 and 8.
Well, we're going to see what you do. You never know. Maybe you'll win your own event here.
That'd be nice. It wouldn't be too bad. All right, buddy.
All right. Nice young man, Corey Hausman. And the bowlers coming in. Not a big sweeper tonight. Maybe 30 to 40 tops, but I don't blame him. With 8 games tomorrow, you may as well bowl now. Find out exactly what you've got out there. Rob Thor. How are you, Rob? How you doing, brother? Rob Thor walking by the booth now. Big Rob. And we'll be starting right at 7 o'clock. It's a $40 entry fee. Mary Berner will give me a prize fund once we see actually how many people have ponied up. You figure 40 people bowl, $40, $1,600 minus a little lineage money. So it should be some good money for first tonight, plus brackets, etc. House Brown's here. Hello, House. What's going on, brother? You're subbing in the league tonight. Oh, you didn't know there was a 4-gamer? It's a tough shot tonight. Tough, very tough sports shot. Probably the toughest shot we've ever had out here. Oh, yeah.
See, that's what I like to polo. That's how you get better.
Oh, I know. It's the only way to know. Get out there and tighten up the fairways. All right. Again, we'll be featuring these lanes right here, folks. Put the close-ups on them. If they bowl well, there's Rakoski down there with Scott Cobb. John Pfister right here getting ready to toss. There's the boss, Robert Eddy, going to bowl tonight. I was watching our lanes get oiled. Mr. Eddy doesn't fool around. He bought a new lane machine. We have 2 flex walkers. So while the house shot was being put up down the high end, the sports shot was being put down the low end. $80,000 worth of lane machines putting out 2 patterns. And again, this is let me tell you the name again. I keep forgetting it. Please excuse me for not remembering. But it is a very unique name. It is the 2019 ISC Men's Singles Pattern. 2019 ISC Men's Singles Pattern. And if you pull that up, if you can, and take a look at that, that alone will get you nervous just looking at it, never mind bowling on it. It could be a real treat. I don't know where they're going to play. I have no idea. I'll know in practice. Obviously, if we see the ball go 60 feet outside of 5, a lot of people think the gutter plays here well on this shot. I would be interested in seeing that. I mean, if 1, 2, 3 plays, the scores will be high because you get a lot of entry angle. But if there's OB there and you hit 2 and it goes right to the 10 pin, well, forget it. You know, if you hit 3 and it goes Brooklyn, you certainly can't play outside. Who knows what's going to happen?
This is going to be fun, Larry.
Oh, yeah. We'll be finding out shortly. Bowlers getting ready. Joe Panko says 3rd arrow. Rufus Harris is on. Well, thank you, Rufus. I appreciate those kind words. Well, I'm glad you found me, Rufus. Sometimes I don't know much about these streams other than the fact that I can talk. So what happens is, when I put a share out, I share it for Lightning Stream and Lightning Strikes Bowl Fort Myers. We did have some issues with about a month ago with licensing, and we lost agreements, and then we had a change with IT people in here. So we did have a problem, but we seem to be up and running well for these things. We got a lot of people on the live chat. So welcome aboard, Rufus. Thank you for joining us. My friend Joe Panko, Renee Waddell. We got our little group. Cooper Gates. Kenny Lowe out of Rhode Island. Several more. Leon Bailey. Hello, Leon from the United Kingdom is on. How about that? Little by little, they're finding me. The IRS always finds me. I tried dodging them for 30 years, but I can't get away from them. A couple of girlfriends, they're still looking for me for some money. They always find me. Anyways, ready to go here shortly. Rob Thor's going to bowl? Yeah. You're going to bowl on this stuff, Rob Thor?
Hey, I'd rather spend $40 and learn than $80 and really not know what I was doing.
I understand. Doug Clark is on. Welcome aboard, Doug.
If you are here for the sweeper and have not signed up, please do so. We are starting in 5 minutes.
All right, 5 minutes. It's action time here. Action time, ladies and gentlemen, here at Robert Eddy's Lightning Strikes Bowl in Fort Myers. Again, sort of a quiet night tonight. One of our leagues ended last week. We still have a league going on up the high end here, but we did lose one league that their season is over. As you can see, we've got a league down here finishing up. The end of April is always that time period when we have the transition between winter leagues and summer leagues, and obviously a lot of bowling centers right now up to the middle of May empty out a little bit for that break. Of course, we still have our Tuesdays and Wednesday leagues coming up, 2 more Tuesdays and 2 more Wednesdays. The last stream that I will be doing for the summer will be May 5th. That could change. There might be something where we stream, but I'll know a little more. I'll be able to give you folks a schedule as to what's happening. Here at Lightning. Scott Cobb's ready tonight. Scott Cobb on bowling very well in recent weeks, and he throws it straight. Usually a guy without a lot of tilt that throws it right at the pocket. Might have a little edge on this. We'll find out. I think Rakoski will bowl well tonight. He's extremely accurate. I think if you circle a lane a lot and rev it up a lot, you could have a lot of problem. And you don't want a lot of 6 counts on the first ball because they usually end up with opens. Key is keep it in play, try to get 9 on the bad shots, make your spares, try to get a double and stay close. That's basically it. Without seeing them. Now keep in mind, I've not seen this pattern. It could be that they're easier than we all think, but we'll find out pretty quick. They are striking a lot on 1 and 2. I noticed Robert and his son Spencer striking, and obviously that's a practice pair, but they seem to be bowling pretty well on that pair. Joe Walletta's on. Ryan Knappich, hello everybody. And Lisa Michelle is on. Well, hello, Lisa Michelle out of Mobile, Alabama. So nice to see Corey Houseman's dad. I vaguely remember him, Russ Houseman, heck of a bowler. Led the PBA National Championship 1 year for 8 games, shot about 1980 to lead it. Evidently, Russ was a heck of a bowler in his day. Was talking with Russ earlier. They live in Spring Hill now, which is about 240 north of here, north of Hudson, Florida, on US 19, on the west coast side of Florida. And his son trying to. All right, it's time. Here we go. Practice time on this 4-gamer. And the lights are on. Let's see what we got. Looks like I'm only going to be able to get 9. Well, if they keep going, they might be going to these black pairs. We'll find out. Let's watch here close up and see what we got. Oops, that didn't look good. See, that's what I was wondering about, was the gutter. And let's see what Scott Cobb. We should get a good read here with Cobb and Rakoski. And Cobb straights 5-6. That ball went 60 feet. Normally that's a strike on a house shot, so that was interesting. Pulaski Jr.'s got a 180 sand on that ball. He's got 180 on that ball that he just threw. A 180 sand. Gilbert, you watched my title? That was the 5th title match of my career. I was 0 for 4 and somehow got a win that day, and 2 weeks later lost again. I was 1 5 in title matches. Not good, I might say, but lucky enough to get 1 win, thank God. In the craziest PBA tournament in history. This past February 6th was the anniversary of that event. I went and visited Dave Davis, who I beat on February 5th. My dear friend who's doing well, up and about after open heart surgery. And Joe Panko was there to watch me win that day. Imagine that. Joe sat right in that audience, right behind me. Don Carter was in the front row in that event with his mother and his wife. Half a century ago. Just glad that me and Panko are still here to talk about it. Now that's the guy to beat, obviously, in this field. There is no doubt. The way he's bowled in this house and the last few months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, averaged 248 on Tuesday. Won the Eddie Foods Open here, 2 other scratch events here. He's won 3 times here in the last year, including the Proprietors last summer and this monthly event earlier before COVID. So far, obviously the favorite. However, with the amount of oil up front, it's going to be very interesting. They do look playable. Now that I see the shot, they don't look at what I would call unplayable by any sense of the word. Unless you're playing out there. Did you see what that one did? That was a 60-footer. It looks like you might have to be in a little. I don't like the gutter. at least what I see here in practice right now. Let's watch Ratchet and Stouffer, who bowled for the title this past weekend as Treasure Lanes up in Port Charlotte. Stouffer in, Lee up 10. Lee can pipe him pretty good right there. So it doesn't look too bad, 10 and in, 10, 12, 13. I'm not so sure outside of that's going to be playable. At least it doesn't look that way right now. Stouffer already standing about 25, so looks like he's going to be playing right on the third arrow. There it is. And he's got a shot in there. Interesting. Yeah, I don't like outside of 7, forget it. Looks like ice out there. Looks like that ball will not recover. At least in practice, that's the way it looks, but we all know once the lights go on, things change. Let's watch Gacera. See, he's got a nice little shot in. They don't look bad at all. We'll find out. Could be multiple. Could be anywhere from about 6 to about 15, which is fine on the right side if you've got alternate angles, obviously. I don't see any lefties, so I don't know anything about the left. You know, when you watch the real good bowlers right now, you can see they're close, but they're not striking a lot. As good as Stouffer is, I don't see, obviously, him with a lot of room. It looks like they're real touchy. It looks like if you hit it a little, it's going to jump early. If you don't tilt it, it's going to slide right. I think axis of rotation, ball speed, accuracy, all of that is real critical on this shot, and knowing how to manipulate it. And again, when you're not used to bowling on this in your home house, this is the toughest I've seen this house right now for our better bowlers that usually bowl well here. There's no doubt about it, they're tough. Stouffer still in, definitely staying away from the 7-8 board. That's third arrow there, and look at that, early hook again. So it's obvious there is a demanding shot, and that will separate the men from the boys. Right now, spare shooting, obviously critical. You cannot miss any 1 or 2 pinners on this. You cannot give it away. The strikes are not going to be plentiful. Koski can obviously pipe it as good as anybody. Look at Scott Cobb's ball, 60 feet to nowhere. That's not 60 feet to success either. Koski now, let's watch this. Straight 13-14, and that's 2 in a row, right up and at him, 15-13, 15-14, and if anybody can tighten it up and stay right there, it's Koski. Oh boy. They don't look good from out, I'll tell you that. Let's watch Ryan here. Casera's ball. He went 10-8 and it just whiffed the head pin. See where Koski is? He's pretty close now. Keep in mind, it looks like 13-14 for him. No head belly. Got to lay it down on 16 and hit 15 at the arrows. I mean, that's a bore to belly. Tight through the front. Cannot open a lane up here. And I don't care how dull the ball is, it ain't coming back from outside of 5. If you swing it and that ball's going to the right at 45 feet, it's staying there. It will not recover in those last 12 feet to get to the head pin. Head pin at 57 feet or so. So here we go. Oh, we got some open bowlers there. We won't be watching them, although they might like that. And the lights are on, and here we go. This is the 2019 ISC men's singles pattern, Rye. That's the name of it that Kegel puts out. And if you look at that there and watch Stouffer, that's after practice. So it's obvious to me that if he gets 5 out of the chute and misses right, and look at Pulaski, and they bowl here all the time, and you see right there, 3 shots, the head pin standing 3 times. Interesting. See it? 3 shots, 3 head pins, and when you see that, Ryan with a strike. Well, it's 4 games, and I don't see 900. I don't think that's even feasible. But there are some people in here that if they get comfortable here and they get loose, you never know. They're tighter. There's no doubt about it. Speed control is very sensitive right now. Rotation is very sensitive. Loft is very sensitive. Cooper says 9-11. Well, I'm not saying it couldn't happen. That's a great score on this. That's a good shot there by Rakoski. See right up and at him right there. And that's, if he can get that look across the house, that's fine. I mean, he can tighten it right up and pipe him. Joe says 875. See, that's a break right there. Anytime you beak it here and you leave a pin in the middle of the deck, you got to say thank you. Now, Lee started with a double. Lee's starting to bowl very well in recent weeks. And look, he's got a nice shot in there. I'm wondering if that's urethane. It could be. It could be a urethane ball right there, and that looked really good. That ball held. It did not snap off the oil. Stouffer with 2 strikes on the left lane. There's Big Ron Lushart. There he is. Big Ron's here to watch tonight. So, you know, John Pfister can throw it very straight right up and at him. He's standing 25, so he's going to be right around a 3rd arrow. Right here on 14. Right at him. Nope. Oh boy, look at that mess. Did not want that. I don't think 900, folks. Although I must say this, if Rathjen gets this same look, of course we won't see him next game because he's going to go down to low end. And it looks like he's got a great look on a 3rd arrow with urethane. I believe that's I'd have to find out, but if he's got that look where that ball holds like that, he could be very tough. Pulaski's real lucky there. Just broke down 2 splits. Could have been 55 in the 4th. He's pretty lucky. That ain't getting back. Goodbye. Stouffer ripping a rack for a double, so looks like he's one with the pink hammer pearlized. Watch Rathjen here now. Oh, he's got a good look. Look at that. See that ball hold? That might be urethane. And if he has that, 900 might be possible. That ball was high. It laid right up. Tripped the 4 into the 9. And speaking of 4 9s, look at that one. There it is. Stouffer now with a triple. Okay, so he's lining up off of Lee, obviously. Watch this one now with Ratchet standing right about 30, 26, 27 with the left toe. Right on the third arrow, 16 right in there. 17. Wow, he's got a shot. Check that out. Very interesting. There is something in there, that's for sure. Was Pulaski lucky? He's broke down 3 splits in a row. No strikes. Had 3 splits standing. That could be a catastrophe right there. Still shoot. Oops, see ya. Not that one, Daniel. Just right by it. They definitely look playable right in that zone where Ryan Waddell is. Third arrow, 17 to 15, 18 to 16, 18 to 15, right in there. That seems to be the shot right now. Well, Stouffer looks sharp. There's something definitely in there. Look at him and Ratchet. They've struck 9 out of 10. These guys are doubles partners lining up off of one another now. You can see it. And what we thought might be tough doesn't look tough for those two. That's for sure. Very interesting. He had 4 splits in a row. Pulaski did, finally got one. I mean, this game could have been 140. So he's in trouble. Now, Waddell didn't look bad on his last shot. Seems to be lined up exactly the way Stouffer and Ratchet are lined up. Right over the third arrow. Got a little more hand. He likes to swing it a little more than they do. There it is, third arrow. Nope, he got a break there. Brooklyn, forget it. See that ball, way too much surface. Yep, it's 17-18. Right in there. Look at Ratchet and Stouffer, folks. It's 11 out of 12. So they're not having a problem, that's for sure. Wow. Keep in mind, this last Sunday, when Ratchin bowled Stouffer for the Proprietors' Championship at Treasure Lanes. In the semifinal match, he shot 289 to get to Stouffer, and in the championship match, he bowled 162. And I asked him about that, and he said, he tried to fit a few. Lanes were changing, and he got a little too careful, if you will, and had a couple opens, never recovered. But if you'll notice these last 7 shots that he's thrown, this man is a heck of a bowler. He's been struggling a few years. This past weekend was the best he's bowled in 2 years. It'd be something if he bowled 300 here in game 1. We're all picking a low 900. He might have 101 game. And remember last month, Couch ran away with this 4-gamer. Ran away and hid. Just walked, ran away, never opened. And isn't that something how there's always one person that finds a way to make them look easy? There it is again. He's got a great shot. He's making great shots. If you look around him, there's no one else even close. Stouffer 2-teen, Rob with maybe 2-0 on those lanes, and then we'll check 9 in a minute, see what's going on there. And right here, really nothing. 2-teen for Rakoski, so it's not like they're blowing him out. But Lee Ratchin right now, just in a world of his own, and that old saying, there's always somebody that finds a way. Mike Varda, he looks good, Mike Varda. And I've been saying, the last few years, Lee really had a great record here in Southwest Florida, and then got hurt. He's a carpenter by trade, and that right hand had tendonitis in it from banging with a hammer for 20 years, and it's taken him quite a while to get his touch back. But last weekend, bowling well on that shot. And they were very tough up there in Port Charlotte. And tonight on the first 8, it looks like he's getting a feel again in his life. And it's so rewarding when you've struggled for a few years to get that feel back. This guy is a heck of a bowler, Navy veteran. Served on nuclear submarines. Was on submarines in his life. It's a good shot again. Look at this. Wow. Oh, jeez. I mean, that was pure right there. So he looks sharp as a tack right now. That could very well be a factor tomorrow. Keep in mind, this is a guy, when he gets loose, he can bowl. Definitely something there. Him and Stouffer are really, really pretty lined up. tight through the front. House is not bowling in this tournament. Lisa, House is bowling in the mixed league to the right. He's subbing down there tonight, and I'm not live streaming that. So, but I might be able to find him. I might put a camera on him if I could find him for you. Okay, first place is 255, second is 220, third 195, fourth 155, fifth 125, sixth 85. So not much difference between first, second, and third. I think they just want to spread it out a little bit. 250 for first, $40 entry fee. Ryan Waddell has a chance to put this game out now. This is key for him. Wants to stay close to the big guns here. Leave with a little confidence coming into tomorrow. That's a good shot. Boy, look at Ryan. Ryan making the finals last weekend in the proprietors event, and that was really big for him. Hello, Elaine. Elaine Madugno, welcome aboard. Elaine's team in the finals of the Audi Mixed. They'll be in the roll-off a week from this Tuesday.
I'm running it on tournament pool, so you can find it. It's right in your favor.
Larry's got to move it for me. It's here, but he's got to move it to my... I don't know how to do it.
I'm running it on the tournament pool. We're paying out $6.
Yes, I see it here. I got to get him to move it to my screen. He's... Ratchin with a chance for 279. And Stouffer, if he strikes out, 219. That was in. So he pinched that one. That was a squeezer. You really got to pure it on this. I mean, they have to be perfect shots. There's not a lot of room. You squeeze one, forget it. You miss one, forget it. And if you throw it like Lee's bowling right now, those are great shots. Solid 9 right now, or he's got the first 11. And all of his shots but one have been jammed. He tripped a late 4-9. Other than that, he's just been puring it. And that's what it takes. Rakoski with 240. Cobb can go out 220. 226 there for Ryan. Stouffer with an open in the 10th. So he's in trouble early at 185. And there's two guys can line up off of one another, and Lee's going to beat David by 100 this game. And that's a great game for Lee Ratchin. 278 with a 4 and a 9. Stouffer right next to him, 185. So obviously they are tough. And Rakoski will go about 233. Again, that's a great start. Yes, this is the 2019 ISC bowling pattern, and they are tough, unless you're Lee Ratchin. Koski with 235. Definitely in the hunt with Lee Rathjen, but I haven't seen the scores down the low end. So we know we've got 278, 235. Ryan Waddell with 226. Nice start after an open frame. Hey, Ronnie. All right, buddy. So we'll check our next groups now. Coming up from the low end. This is 4 games tonight, Gilbert. Sweeper action to get everybody loose going into tomorrow. Of course, I don't know how loose you can get on this shot. They don't look easy. But Rathjen, right now, obviously, he's got something that no one's got. He's actually got the ball holding on that back end from where he's playing. Ball setting up very well the last 10 feet. Oh, no doubt about it, Butch Smith. This is important. If I were entering this event, I would definitely have bowled tonight. You got to get an idea of what's going on. I mean, they're so radically different. There's obviously a OB outside of 7-8, where normally there's friction. You get a little fast out there, it's just going to whiff the head pin. But it looks like from in, even though there's not a lot of hold, if you can get your rotation and speed right and the right surface on your ball, you can create a little hold doing everything correctly. The lane is not giving it to you, but you can create it, and that's what looks like Rathjen's done. Bowlers getting ready to start game 2. Nice game, Lee. Start, brother. There's Corey. Now keep in mind, tomorrow is his event. Young man right there on 11, the Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour. And we're honored that he brought his group to us this weekend. He's been very successful traveling the state the last 2 years, before COVID and after COVID. See all those banners out there represent his previous champions, Christian Escona, who made the finals in the Masters. Some big names up there. David Stouffer, Walter Ray Williams. So he's had a great field and some great winners. Got a little hold up here with the scoring, folks, so just bear with us. Looks like we got a little hold up with the scoring. Looks like the pairs are coming up now, so just give us a moment here. As you can see, there is a little hold up. In the electronic world that we live in, ladies and gentlemen, there can be hold-ups. In the old days, there was a telescore and a yellow pencil, and it was real easy. They were up and running. Today, it's a little different. And unfortunately, when the computers don't answer the call, the whole field has to wait, as you can tell. And no one has started game 2, so I'll try to entertain you. What can I say? We'll figure it out here. Something's going on. I don't know what, but maybe they didn't pay their lineage fees. You know, that works. You don't pay, you don't play. Definitely Lee Rathjen, the leader in lane in game 1, 278. John Rakoski, 235. Stouffer, very disappointing, 185 out of the chute. So right now he's in trouble. Ryan Waddell with 226. So there's 3 bowlers that have bowled very acceptable in game 1. That's for sure. Well, then show the league. All right, Cooper. I will show the league. How's that? And there they are. The Friday night mixed here at Lightning Strikes. I'm sure you're all very excited about that. And yes, the ball does come back from outside of 5 in this league. Yes, it do. It looks like my ball on lane 30. There it is. That's my ball speed now. And they're not bowling, so well, that ball hung out there. Maybe there is a little oil outside of 5 tonight, huh? I'm looking for House Brown for, if we could find House Brown, be kind of neat, for Lisa, but I don't see him. I know he's down the high end there somewhere. Yes, this is not what I would call, this is not a high rev rate league, Cooper. Oh, that looked pretty good there, though. You know, it's amazing. There's a lot of people in this league that are here 2-3 nights a week. And cheers. And they love it. It's in their blood. And I think we're ready to go here. Let's see. There's Spencer Eddy and Robert Eddy getting ready to bowl. Looks like the units are up. Here we go, game 2. Chuck. Did he see you? Okay. Now this is big for Rakoski. Keep in mind, he did bowl well in game 1, and that one hung. See that one there? It looked like it was rolling up, and it dead stopped. So he's going to either move the feet right aboard or the eyes left aboard. It's one or the other. But that ball just stopped. Made a little move and nothing. So he gets a free shot at the pocket here, which is good. Boy, they're touchy. And there's the boss, Robert Eddy, bowling with his son tonight. He came home from college for the next 8 weeks to be with his dad. That ain't hooking. Not out there. Laura Howard bowling tonight. Nice to see Laura Howard bowling. Boy, that ball hung right out there, and she knew it too. She just walked away. Bill Plunkett on. Hello, Bill. You know, I did tip of the weeks, Butch, with Burton. I did about 7 or 8 tip of the weeks in my career with him. The first one in 1979 from Sunnybrook Lanes in Detroit, and then several in the 80s and a few in the 90s. I did an Earl's Corner with Jay Randolph. They were so good to me in my day, all the announcers and producers and directors. Fond memories. They were always very complimentary about player services and coming on the trucks, interviewing myself and my other employees, Bill Hall, Randy Stoughton, Dave Smart, Chuck Schomer, Rick Benoit, Art McKee were all interviewed. Keith Brovald, who just retired, were all interviewed by the media and the networks. In my day and age out there, it was fun. It really was. See, Rakowski tightened it right up. See, he could literally fall back 15 if you really look at it closely. From his lay down to the farthest point right might be an inch, and he's one of the few in this field that can get in there and do that. Obviously, he's what we call a straight player, a stroker, right? And right up the back of the ball, roll it right up and at him. And that's the old game. Of course, we don't see a lot of that anymore. Everybody wants to wind on it and send it to the right. But a shot like this, Rakowski is in a familiar zone. He does not have to open the lane up. Nice shot for Ryan. Look at Ryan tight through the front. Nice to see the young man bowling well. See that elbow went? See the elbow went out, thumb down for Scott, and the ball went 60 feet. He missed it. It never recovered. I mean, you've got to be sharp. Well, you get those right there. See it? Waddell can get a triple now. Bowl good in game 1, had 226. Oops, forget it. Look at that one. See, just missed it. Reared up. That's the shot that you get away with on a house shot, where it sees friction early and it gets back. And here you do that. See ya. Not on this. You cannot miss it like that and get the ball to recover. Yeah, Scott isn't playing deep enough, Brian. Scott's trying to .7, and that ain't the place. At least it don't look it right now. I mean, Scott should be falling back to third arrow like Rakowski, which he should be able to do, but he doesn't like to get in there. Oh, Ryan got a break there, boy. That could have been a disaster. 6 and 3 on a double. Got lucky. Got the spare. I'm curious about tomorrow. Who knows with 8 games on this, with all the dull balls? A lot of people are going to come back tomorrow with 180 or whatever they got to do to these covers. Who knows where the oil's going to go? I mean, we'll have to find out. All right, here's the scores for game one. And look at Rikoski, Waddell, Cobb, not bad at 212. Look, 5 bowlers at 200 or better. Amazingly, 198 right now in 6th place. So obviously, they're tough. Look at that first game for Ratchin, boy. That could be enough to, if he just stays even the next 3. We're going to watch now the great one. Keep in mind, putting a little move on Ratchin now. One open by Ratchin and a strike here by Rikoski, and he could have caught him in 5 frames. That was tight through the front. Boy, that one, I don't believe that ball ever went right of his laydown. That was real tight through the front. The Curtis family, well, hello. Thank you for joining us. Carissa's on, of course. Cooper, Brian Sullivan. You know what's really fun when you're watching this is asking yourself this question: what if? The old what if is, what if this was out all the time? And at that point there, you think the game would suffer? I do. I mean, it's a novelty tonight. Imagine 36 weeks of this. You got $1,500 worth of bowling balls, and you don't know where any of them are going. And the mindset is it's okay for a Friday night, but this, I don't believe that people want this anymore for a league season. Sport leagues just don't seem to cut it now, especially with COVID. A lot of frustration. You work all day, you come in, you go 9, 18, 27, and you wonder why the hell you walked in the door. It's not a game for frustration anymore. Let's watch Corey throw the ball now. Look at Corey up in front of that second set of dots. That's a big man way up there. Look at that. Wow. He is our tournament director and founder of the Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour. We're so honored to have Corey with us. Corey looking pretty good, all right. No, I got nothing against sport leagues, Cooper. I like what the bowlers like. If there was 50 people that said, Larry, let's have a sports league here at Lightning, I'm all for it, don't get me wrong. I want what they want. But it just seems like 36 weeks of it might be a bit too much in today, and I mean today, which is different than 2 years ago. In today's day and age, I could be wrong. I don't know. Just words, basically. I know it doesn't seem to bother them when they go to Reno and to bowl the USBC. 30,000 people want to bowl when they make them tough. 40, 50,000. I don't want strings, Cooper. If strings comes in, I'm done. They start putting that on TV, I'm done. I'll never watch a string tournament on television. If it's on, I guarantee you, I'll go and wash the car and vacuum the rugs before I watch that. But I'm old, and the younger group is going to see it differently, that's for sure. The kids of today that don't know the difference will bowl on it. It's just the way it is. Sikorsky, this is what makes him so deadly, is he does not have to hook the ball. And, you know, when you won that tat twice in Las Vegas, and he beat 600-700 bowlers 2 times in 3 years, it's right at him. The old saying, straighter's greater, and he makes it look that way when he bowls. Whether they're house shots or sport shots, he's got a great touch to throw it straight. Look at Scott Cobb, oh boy, how's that shot? A ringing head pin. Ladies and gentlemen, the solid head pin by Scott Cobb. Yeah, you can just see it. Other than Rikoski, I don't know what Rathson's got, but Rikoski will be a factor tomorrow. There is no doubt about it. Yes, Butch, the only true tap to head pin. Now on strings, who knows what would have been on that lead? Them strings might have took it out. I was watching the strings, a show of it here. The ball's off the pin deck, the 10 pin is up, and a string got it. And for those of you who hate the 10 pin, maybe you'd love string bowling because the string carries the 10 pin instead of another pin. The string carries the 10 pin. Very interesting way to approach the game. Yes, it's a hanging 10. Butch, that's perfect. See Waddell there now giving it away. And that's what I said about spare shooting. The spare shooting here is, you know, you miss one spare, you need a triple. Yeah. Get a great view of Rakoski right here, just right up the back of the ball. Watch the hand. Right there, just straight up through it. How's that, folks? Is that pure or what? Again, one or two mistakes by Ratchet, and John will be right on him. Then we do have a strong field coming in tomorrow, so get ready. Action starts. We'll be live at 11:30 tomorrow morning. 8 games. It had a 4-game stepladder, so 12 games live tomorrow. It's going to be a long day. Then I will be back Tuesday and Wednesday night for week 36 of the Oaks Farms Premier League Wednesday and the Body of Fort Myers League Tuesday. Then come Wednesday night, I get 6 days off. I'm in shock. And really going to be working on that bus, getting it ready for the trip up the coast. All right, you look good, Rob. You look good, bro. Lost a lot of weight. You look good. You look good. Talking to Robbie McDonald, there's a serious weight problem in his life, losing a lot of weight, coming off an operation, starting to look good. Looks like he's lost about 80 to 100 pounds. Got about another 100 to go. So we're hoping Robbie starts to feel better. I never had a weight problem. I could eat, and lose weight. See Ryan starting to pinch the ball now. Misses left, misses right. You see, those are the shots for a young player. You've got to understand why. He bowled real good in game 1. All of a sudden, he's giving it back here. If he misses this spare, this is 3 opens with 1 double, 160. And look at Daniel just sending it right and getting nothing. And that's what they don't know how to do. You know, these younger kids all grew up just sending it. And there's Rakoski rolling up the back of the ball straight through the front. And look at Ryan. I don't blame him. It's frustrating, but he's got to learn. He's got to understand bowling bad is lack of knowledge, not lack of ability. Got to learn how to tighten it up through the front. Go up the back of the ball on this stuff. Look at that one. A 5 and 1. Oh my God. A 6 box? Wow. See, that's a ball going end over end that shreds the racks. You don't need a lot of reps. I mean, that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's they get these, especially today, you know, with the lanes wide open and two-handed, they can just open it up and send it anywhere they want. Then they get on this and they don't know what to do. That doesn't mean they're bad. That means they don't see it enough. They get lost on it. If this was out 2-3 days a week, they'd figure it out. You don't ever see it. Look at Rakoski, what a shot he's got. See that one? About a half a board left of the other one and never jumped. Don Cornette on from North Carolina. So Rakoski out of the box, 230, 230. We don't know about Rathjen, but if he shoots 180, Rakoski will be our leader. Guy's fantastic at 49. Boy, is he going to be good on that senior tour. Oh my God. And again, we got a 215 here, a couple of 170s. Look at that, a 120. Yikes. That ain't good. That's Robert's score. You might want to bowl on the house shots a little more. You know, these sports shots can humble you very quickly. And I'm scared of it. You know, I'm 72. If I was going to bowl, I wouldn't want to bowl on this. I wouldn't even think about it. A couple of 140s, I'd walk right out and that balls would be in the dumpster. Let's check the standings to see if anything came in yet. Something about brackets. See, the lane's shut down when they're switching pairs. I don't know why that's happening. So we might have a little glitch. That scoring shouldn't be doing that, but it is. So we might have a little glitch again after game 2. So bear with us, folks. Have to try and figure out why the computers are shutting the lanes down. So we might have a little break here in the action. What did Lee bowl?
160.
So Lee just shot 270, 160, folks. So Rathjen, 270, 160. Rakoski, the leader, at about 470. Rathjen at about 430. So it looks like that 900 prediction might be a good one, that 911. I don't really see a heck of a lot more than that.
You think I'm close? I'm at like minus 30.
You got a chance to cash. Oh, I know, but you shoot 230.
They're hard.
Oh, I know they're hard.
Hard pass, I'm bowling on this one.
Yeah, we got a little break now in the action again, as you can see. So just bear with us, folks, until the scoring comes back up. Again, tomorrow morning, live at 8:30, or excuse me, 11:30, and a busy day. 8 games of qualifying. The top 5 go right into the step ladder. Competition starts at noon. So we've got one busy day in front of us, folks. Joe Lassick is on out of Lake Placide, Florida. Joe and Lillian, his mom, wonderful people I've had a chance to know very well the last 2 years. Take the ride over here. Joe and his mom, Lillian. Lake Placid, a quiet little burg in the center of Florida on US 27, about 20 miles south of Sebring. And Jerry McElanick on. Royal Palm Realty, welcome aboard, Jerry. Nice to have you with us tonight. Now you guys get a chance to watch the monster, Richie Oliveira, right here on 11 and 12. Now remember, Oliveira went back-to-back on our house shots. Now we know that it could be different on this. So let's watch Oliveira because he was so exciting on our house shots, and he is bowling this weekend. Starts at noon. We're on the air at 11:30, Jerry. We've got about 80 entries right now, which is very good. I'd love to get to 100. I will not be live streaming Sunday for the 9-pin no tap. I have access to a diesel mechanic on Sunday who has saved me thousands, who bowls here, named Joe Smith, and what he saved me last week, I couldn't add up. Steve Reset from Windsor, Ontario. Boy, did I have fun there in my life at the Rose Bowl. Steve, from 81 to the late 80s for the Molson Golden Challenge. I was at every one of those events at David and Wendy Rose's Rose Bowl. Loved it there. Beautiful city, right across from Detroit. The Rose Bowl. Get a chance to get a different look here at some players. Chris Ubik, look where he's playing. He's just throwing rockets right off the corner. Did you see that? Just dead yank. Rockets off the corner. We'll get to the scoring shortly. I want to watch Richie Oliveira. A lot of us were just amazed at the Messengers about a month back where he won those back-to-back tournaments. Had a heck of a run. He had about 1,500 in 2 weekends. And he's a wonderful young man. Was talking to him earlier. But he didn't win on this. Now, if he wins on this, then he shows everybody that he's for real, and I'm not knocking him. But with all that ball speed around the second arrow with ice to the right, I don't think he can miss right on this. Here he comes now. Still got those headphones on. I wonder if he's listening to a little Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra. What do you think, folks? I think I'm a little crazy with that one. That's not the shot he had. Let's check some scores, see what we got here. Not yet. All right, we'll be back. Again, we want to thank all of you for being with us on this Friday evening. Again, one of our rare evenings. We usually have sweepers before our scratch events. A little warm up for everybody. Oliveira missing a 4-pin? Yes, he did. He missed a 4-pin. And again, that's what you can't do on this. You've got to make the 1-pinners. Look at Chris Eubank just throwing rockets right up and at him. Wow. I'm impressed. It ain't that easy to do that. Picked up his ball speed and just laying it down on 5 and hitting 6 or 7 at the arrows. That's unbelievable. I didn't think that was even feasible on this shot. Again, got a good crowd watching tonight, folks. We want to thank all of you. Should be great tomorrow. 8 games of action from Robert Eddy's. It'll be the last tournament I live stream for a while, that's for sure. Okay, we've got the standings now for game 2, and Johnny Rack at 471, Lee Rathjen at 441, John Pfister 422, Scott Kopp 415. They are the only 4 bowlers over 400. Ryan Waddell in 5th at 392, Corey Hausman 372, David Stouffer 363, 185, 178. Not yet, okay. And Johnny Rack opening up a 30-pin lead over Rathjen and a 49-pin lead over John Pfister, who's in 3rd. So right now, Johnny Rack in control with 2 games to go and definitely lined up. Stouffer in a lot of trouble. So he's no factor tonight. And Beloff with a double, a young man. Was on the phone with his dad today. Steve got invited to dinner before I go up north for a few months. Oops. Not that one. That's the one that gets back until tonight. That's the one that rips the rack, folks. And the rip rack becomes a 3 count. And there it is. You miss right on this with that speed. Good night, Irene. No chance for recovery. I don't care if it's got a 100 cover on it. It ain't going to do it. And look at this. In the same spot. So right off the bat, we have a 3 and a 3 out. And again, that's the experience he's got to understand. He is playing the wrong zone. And if you miss from there to the right, forget it. It hits ice. And there it is again. You just can't open them up. And for the younger players and house shot guys, this is where they've got to understand. They got to look around them, actually, which they haven't done. And you see a guy 470 or 450, you want to see where he's standing and where he's looking. And what you find is he's about 10 boards farther left than you are with his feet and 5, 6 farther left with his eyes. And you've got to learn how to play that shot or you're going to get 3 and 3 out. And it's not their fault. They just don't see it. They don't have the knowledge. Lisa Michelle wants me to put 34 on for the house. Lisa, when I see him getting up, I'll put it on my small monitor. I will let you watch the house throw a ball in a mixed league during our scratch tournament. Lisa, I could be breaking contractual rules here, but I will try it. No, I won't get in trouble, Lisa. They just might dock my pay about $500 and bring me up on charges to the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, and because I'm showing house bowling in a mixed league during a scratch shot, but there he is, Lisa. You come to my trial and pay me back with food? Well, thank you. At least I'm going to break the law twice. No, good house. Then I can take the camera off him. Okay, there it is. So as you can see now, Bukowski right on the money, back-to-back 230s. Look at Lee, locked in game one, lost in game two. Pfister with two 200s, Cobb with two 200s. Only 3 bowlers right now with back-to-back 200 games. 3 bowlers with back-to-back 200s. So as you can see, scores very tough going into game 3. See, and all these guys are doing the same thing. If you'll notice, Chris Ubik and Richie, look at the leaves, folks. And what I'd have to say to them is you got to move 10 left with your feet and eyes. I mean, you've got to do it. You've got to learn how to do it. And now's the time to try it. Being at your loss, don't stand in the same place and try to yank it up off the gutter. It ain't going to happen. And look at that. You see? Now's the time to move in and try to figure it out while the shot's there. And try to see if you can catch a triple and get a little confidence, a little knowledge. Again, it should be very interesting tomorrow because what we might see is one or two bowlers running away. In other words, they might be 1-2, and the three guys behind them, might get in with much lower averages. And if one of them gets hot in a roll-off, you never know. Somebody could out-average the field here tomorrow by 30 pins a game and lose the title match, 20 pins a game and lose the title match. That's possible in one of those 8 gamers. Somebody shoots like 1850, runs away, gets in a title match, shoots a $190 and loses. So we'll find out. Again, it was great to see Jason Couch win his first senior title a few nights ago in Clearwater. And how about the match before? Mike Haugen beating Chris Barnes 300 to 289 to get to the title match. Shoots 260 against Couch and loses to a 278. So Haugen bowls 2 games, gets a 289 and a 278 shot at him. That's a lot of sticks, folks. Haugen's second back-to-back weeks going into the Villages. Jason Couch looked so good here a month ago, but did not bowl that good in his first senior event. Only 2 lefties made it here, John Marcella and Parker Bone, and they bowled well. They got into the round of 8, but Jason did not make it. We had a better look in Clearwater, obviously, and it was nice to see simply because he waited a year. Lost his rookie year to COVID. Same with Tom Hess. Same with Chris Barnes. All 3 lost their rookie year. So he was technically a rookie this year. That was one of my goals when I went out there. I only bowled 2 tournaments in '99, about 7 tournaments in 2000 on the senior tour, and 2 more in 2001. Maybe 13, 14 total. And my goal was to win one of those, knowing that if you had to win on both tours, that was quite an honor. And the highest I had on the senior tour was a 6th, and where they took 5, and a 9th where they took 8. But I never made a roll off. One of the things that bothers me to this day that I had a chance both times to do it, squeezed it off, just made bad shots in key situations. Had it handed to me, all I had to do was make a good shot. The conditions were right, and I just couldn't do it. Heartbeat was up, a little too amped up, and did not get it done. Finished 12th back-to-back years here in Naples, '99 and 2000. Johnny Petraglia won both of them. He defended his championship that he won in '99 in 2000. Both ESPN shows. That's when the senior tour was on ESPN. And one of those deals. You have the rest of your life to wonder why you choked. Again, Mary Berner here running this sweeper tonight. And Mary will be running her 9-pin no-tap Sunday. And unfortunately, I won't be doing the show. I want to apologize to you folks, but I do have really a long day tomorrow. 8 hours of live streaming, and I've got to be with my RV Sunday, so I apologize for not being able to do the 9-pin no-tap this Sunday, but I'm sure it'll be a great event. 156 bowlers bowling Sunday. Steve Beloff watching his boy tonight, I hope. Adam Beloff, one of our concourse attendants here, loves to bowl. Coached by my friend Mitch Moskowitz. Mitch doing a lot of work with the kids here for Bishop Verreau. And Adam. Steve Beloff's going to cook me dinner next week. Promised him I'd come over. Anybody know where Ajike Williams has been? I ain't seen Ajike's name on it about a month. Hope she's all right. I don't know what's going on there, but sometimes you miss some people. Duncan Katanic, I'm wondering if he's okay. Hopefully they'll be on tomorrow. A lot of our friends that I haven't seen in recent weeks. Yeah, I like the Pac-Man shirt, John. I like that Pac-Man shirt. I love that shirt. All right, we're ending game 3. Keep in mind, 1 to go. We'll have the scores for you shortly. John Rukoski is our leader after 2 games. Can I find out where he got it? I don't know where he got it, but it is cool. I wonder if Full Die made it for him. It's interesting how somebody could have got that made. I'm pretty sure he had to have it made, but I'll see if I can find out, John. See if I get lucky and get an answer on that. About a month ago, Couch shot over 1,000 in the sweeper, and I tell you right now, 900 might be doubtful. This will be the game here to find out and see what Rukoski's got. But again, looking at the scores, only 3 bowlers had back-to-back 200s. Cobb 212, 203. Pfister 200, 222, and Rukoski. After that, nobody. And they're brutal. I mean, this is one tough baby right here. Well, Brian Sullivan says Full Die Shirts does that, John. John, pull up the Full Die Shirts website and send Scott Kelly a little email about that shirt. He makes shirts, unbelievably beautiful shirts. As a matter of fact, well, I can show you down in our league some Full Dies. I don't know if that's a Full Die, but let's see. He makes those types of shirts. See if we can see a Full Die here. No. That's a Full Die right there. See that FD on the back? Just pull up FullDieShirts.com, John Mobile, and send him a little note about the Pac-Man shirt. I'll bet you he'll send you one. Scott Kelly's a good bowler. Beautiful shirts. That's what he does for a living here in Fort Myers. Evan Baranecki works for him. Anna Beloff looking good. Again, for those of you that have been on with me the last few years, I really want to thank all of you. It's sort of a bittersweet few weeks for me. I'm really looking forward to having the summer off, but this has been a great experience for me. Met a lot of you, and a lot of you have been so loyal to the show week after week, and it's been something I won't forget. But I'm going to take a 10-weeker and we'll see what happens about the fall. I'm not saying I won't be back. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm going to do some thinking and try and understand a little more about my life in an environment for the first time in 2 years where there's no pressure. Have a chance to spend some time on Martha's Vineyard and I think I'm going to be there about a month and see my son and go to my granddaughter's graduation in May. And for me personally, that's very important. She's my only granddaughter. I love her dearly, and she's graduating college, Roger Williams University in Rhode Island. And to be with my boy Michael, who I haven't seen now for 18 months, really means a lot. Michael and I are good friends. A lot of people don't know that. We are very close, and just want to be with the Hoss, watch him bowl the Niebuhr too. I'm going to visit some dear friends that I've known all my life since I was before the age of 10. I've got a list. I'm going to see a gentleman that I texted earlier today that I've not seen since 1964. And as kids, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, we were good friends. And we drifted apart, never saw each other again. And Facebook, one day I got curious and I found him on Facebook, and we hit it off. And we're going to see each other after 57 years. I believe he was at my first birthday party when I was 6 that I can recall. I have films of it. I got to find them. And I think he was at my birthday party when I was 6 years of age in 1955. So, a lot of high school friends that are all around 70. We somehow lived long enough to see each other again. It'll be nice. Now they are starting right into game 4, so we should have some scores for you quickly. We're just waiting for this team, or this pair here with 5 bowlers on it. Now Ratchin, remember, 278 in game 1, 166 in game 2. I don't know what he bowled in game 3. Here he started with a double. Who do I think throws the best ball in this house? Well, I would say day in and day out, David Stouffer. For rev rate, control, accuracy, flexibility, lane knowledge, automatically Stouffer best ball, but Rakowski doesn't change his rev rate or his angles like Stouffer does. Stouffer can stand way left, boom the gutter. You know, he can pipe it up 10. Rakowski's pretty much straight through the front, just pure execution. So execution, probably John Rakowski. Versatility, Stouffer with power. A little more versatile than Rakowski, but Rakowski makes up with it with sheer accuracy. I mean, he just needs a board and a half and a halfway decent ball reaction, and he's there. Doesn't make any difference what angle. Fourth arrow to the one board. Stouffer 248 on Tuesday, 238 on Wednesday. Watch Lee, who really bowled good in game one. Need that left foot. See, look at his right foot. The position of the feet so different. Great shot for Lee. Starting to look better. Still strong. You know, what Stouffer's got to do is he's got to start figuring out what hand position works. He's changed balls. He's pretty much in the same zone. Now it's about hand position and tilt, and that's what he has to figure out for tomorrow because his tilt was off in both the first and second game. Playing in the right spot, feet and eyes, wrong release. So now what he has to figure out is how to get more forward roll, less tilt, get that ball to lay up from the third arrow, where if he gets it in around 16, he trips a 4 rather than goes through the nose or leaves a 4. And that's tilt speed, rotation. That's what he has to work on here. That's what this is. This shot's all about that. Still see it. You're missing the head pin from in, boy. You leak it just a little. Sayonara. Well, thank you for the kind words. Okay, here we go. And Johnny Rackwood, look at his games, folks. Talk about consistency. Look at the 3 games. 235, 236, 237. Now, Rathjen went 278, 163, 265. So Johnny Rack is 708. You got to hear this. Lee Rathjen is 706. And the next highest score is Scott Cobb with 588. Mark Plesky Jr. 588. Ryan Waddell 584 in 5th. 584 in 5th place. That is amazing. See if the scores are up so I can show you. Not yet. That's scary. 708, 706, 598. So whoever said 911 might be the win, somebody said it. Somebody said it. Right now, Lee Rathjen, with 67 in the 4th, is at a 9:13 pace. How about Rakowski? 235, 236, 237. So it'll be something to be bowled at 238. I'd love to do bowling tips with John Rikoski, David Stouffer in a heartbeat. Our viewers would learn a lot. These are two very accomplished bowlers. And not house shot guys. I mean, they bowl good on anything. Stouffer 2 years ago beat Duke in the Masters. I mean, he can bowl. He's not afraid. Obviously out of competition in this, but trying to get ready for tomorrow. Stouffer tonight, 185, 178, 180. So you all know that right now he's fiddling out there. I mean, this tournament's gone as far as cashing, unless he shoots 290. But he's got to change that rotation. And what he does at the very bottom, how he juices it. Where does his fingers and thumb go at the release point? And it looks like he's figured something out. Spare 4 in a row after having a high game of 185. So something happened. And another interesting statistic, John Rikoski, the only bowler tonight with 3 200s in a row. Check it out. No bowler with 3 200s in a row. That is scary. Look at those scores. I mean, Stouffer actually has a chance to cash now, shooting about 770 for 4. Ryan Waddell bowling well, holding his own. Pulaski Jr. just 421 the last 2. Cobb 598. Lee Ratchet 163 in the middle. Just think if that's a 190 game, where he'd be right now. This is big for Lee right here. That looks pretty good. Gotta hurry. Oh, good shot. The head of the 5 went right at the 7. Threw that very well. And again, there's only a $35 difference between first and second, and right now, that's what they're bowling for. Nobody's going to go around either one of them. Cobb's 100 pins behind, and he's just 210. So it looks like it's Rikoski Ratchin for the win. And for Lee now, that's very important because he got to a title match last weekend. Now he's first or second here. And going into tomorrow, he's got to think, you know what, I can win this thing. And you got to have that confidence. No Ice Martinez tonight. I don't think that plastic ball would work on the left here. I think that would be 60 feet to not success. Look at Stouffer out of nowhere. All of a sudden, 543 the first 3. 185, 178, 180, spare 5-bagger. So now what Stouffer is saying is, I can't wait for tomorrow. Gates said 911, and he's 2 pins off the number. I don't know what Rikoski's got. Knowing Rikoski probably shoot 300, and we'll all look like idiots, and he'll be about 1,000 for 4, which is unbelievable if he does that. They're not that easy. I wouldn't pick anybody up to pull 1,000 on this. I'm sorry. And the ladies tour starting this week. Thrilling. Verdi Crowley's back. Got her visa, she's back, thank God. And a young girl, Jillian, is going to be bowling. Jillian Martin, 16 years old, a phenom. Going to be on Bowl TV. Let's see if Stouffer can get this one and get right in the hunt. He actually has a chance to get the third here. Missed that a little bit. All right, so he got a little quick, a little late with the release, and it just pushed right aboard, and there it is, 2-8. So he's going to work on his timing and get that release down a little better. Ratchin looking good. You know you're bowling good if you're beating David Stouffer by 150 pins after 3 games, which is pretty rare, but he's doing it. 166 in the middle, though. I'm listening to Stevie Nicks singing, and you might say to yourself, why would I bring up Stevie Nicks? Well, in 1991, one night, I got real daring, and we had heard at the bowling center, AMF Squaw Peak, that Stevie Nicks liked the bowl, and she had been in there a few times. So somebody that worked there knew where she lived. And me and that person went out in the mountains outside of Phoenix and got at the end of her 800-foot driveway and stone walls around her house and hit the speaker system and asked to speak to Stevie Nicks to invite her to the A&W Root Beer Open. And we were promptly told by security to get the hell away from their mailbox or they would be down there, or her intercom system, and they'd show us the way out of the canyon we were in. And we left. And I was actually crazy enough to try and get a hold of Stevie Nicks. Nonetheless, she was not trying to get a hold of me. Therefore, she missed the chance of her life. The poor thing. Swear to God, got on her PA system. Yeah, Stouffer's getting ready for tomorrow, folks. Verity's 4th after 10. Verity's great. How's that arm swing on her? If that ain't the perfect arm swing, I don't know what is. Now this is big for Ratchin right here. Got to put some pressure on Rakowski. That's a good shot. Look at that. Ooh, great shot. He's got a ringing 10 and a weak 10 and a rip 7. So he's in the pocket every ball. That's where he wants to be. Remember, as long as you're crossing this house, you're hitting the pocket every ball, you're not going to be in trouble. So those ones that miss, those 5s and 2s, 6 and 1s, 7 and 1s. This game, he's got an 8 count in the 4th. Other than that, all pocket hits. Lee Ratchin now in the hunt to win. Look at Richie Oliveira's score, folks. I didn't want to show you, but that's not good. And that's not good either. And he's laughing. And he bowled my average. He just shot 107. I was a 107 shooter in my life when I bowled for PBA titles. Yeah, I'm glad to get that off of there, huh? Well, it's obvious the shot's third arrow, 16-17, and it's all about the touch at the bottom. Obviously, how much you tilt it. Obviously, your ball choice is very critical. But it's in, it's not outside of that under any circumstance. And you can cross the house and pretty much play the same target. And Stouffer has slowly but surely found it after a 5:43 start. And that's going to make the ride home a little easier. Yes, that's correct. How about the man that shot 100 on TV? That was thrilling to watch him win. 2 tournaments in 5 days. And what a look Lee's got, folks. And he's throwing it well. I've said many weeks this guy's a heck of a bowler. And as you can see, he's right now bowling the best he has in a while on a very demanding shot. This game here, he's got 8 out of 9 in the pocket. Good spare shooting. Every ball in play. But now that Stouffer's found it, obviously, if he's got anywhere like this tomorrow, with this look that he's figured out now, he's going to be a factor. Little lost the first 3 with 540. All of a sudden can shoot 268. Gilbert, you were 107 in Candlepins? Well, I was 107 in title matches. No, not really. My lowest title match game was a 189. Actually, not that bad when you think about it. But the problem is, 4 of the losses were against Burton, Hardwick, and Petraglia, and Ritker. Sorry, folks. Look at that leave. How's that game? 207 with 9 out of 10 jammed. Yeah, I'm bowling Hardwick, Burton, Petraglia, and Ritker for titles. 189 was not going to win you anything but a second place or third place trophy if it was in a position round game with no stepladder the next day. It looks like Ratchen's throwing urethane, Curtis family. I'm going to find out. I think he's throwing urethane. Four, so Ratchen at 9-10. How's that one, Cooper Gates? Are you a magician? Ratchen shoots 9-10. Stouffer could go all the way 47 to 790. He actually has a chance to get to third place, as crazy as that is, with 790. Oh, he's throwing a Black Widow 2.0. He's got a very nice reaction with that ball. That ball's laying in the track. Looks like a track shot. Swing it to the track, let it bring it in. Mark Jr. coming alive now. Interestingly enough, also, this is game 4, and they seem to get a little more playable for Stouffer and Pulaski Jr., who has a chance to go 255, and that'll get him plus and lock him in the third. Pulaski Jr. will be about 8:43 with this ball, which should definitely put him in a third place. And there is a shot in there, folks, and they look good in there. Believe me, if you look at Stolfer's reaction, Pulaski's reaction, Lee Ratchin shot 204 with 9 out of 10 in the pocket. The game could have easily been 230. So it looks like by game 4, they get a little more playable. Interesting, right? Robbie McDonald, my technical director for equipment tonight. No, that one didn't do it. Got to get the feet left with that ball. 243, not bad. 243 gets him to 786, which might be enough for a check. And as you can see, they're finishing up. Nice finish.
I finished third, but I'm 100 behind second.
Yeah, but you bowled good, though, to get to third. So it's obvious now, the shot's third arrow. Obviously, depending on where you lay it down, you don't want to lay it down on 25 and hit the third arrow. It's going to go right to the 10 pin. I would say 19 to 16, 18 to 15, right in that zone. Firm. Don't tilt it a lot. Roll it. And pray. They look very playable after 4. Keep in mind, you're going to have a lot more bowlers tomorrow, probably some more big hitters, but there's so much oil up front that I don't see these heads breaking down a lot. There is a puddle. There is gutter to gutter, 27 units across the lane for 12 feet. 12 feet across the lane, a puddle, 27 units of oil. I mean, that's enough to go ice skating on. I definitely like the shot. I think it's a great test. And the great boulders will be there in the end. Not going to get lucky on this. Scores coming in. And Rakowski might be the only bowler with a chance for 4 200 games. No one else. We'll find that out shortly. Check out brackets. Ratchin got a little bracket money back.
Have a good night, buddy.
All right, see you tomorrow, bro.
Yes, sir.
We're down to one pair of lanes finishing up now. I'm going to get those standings back up. nothing yet. And that's it. One pair of lanes left. We will crown a sweeper winner. It's going to either be Lee at 9:10 or John Rakoski, who would need 203 in his last game to go 9-11. So we will have that score for you shortly. Boog.
How are you, Larry?
All right, Boog, how you doing, brother?
Doing well, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Big Boog Snyder walking away. Look at that score for John Rakoski, folks. How's that for crossing the house? Looks like the 230 might have had an open. But 4 games into 230s, 938, 910. And look at David Stouffer with that 243 sneaking out $1.25 in the last game. Ryan Waddell right now looks like he will get a check for Renee. That's very good. And interestingly enough, Mark Pulaski's last 3 games, if you'll notice, all got better. 167, 201, 220, 255. Looks like he got more comfortable as the 4 games went on, shooting 676 the last 3. But it was all Rakoski after game 2. 467 the last 2 games. Ratchin with 469. Pulaski with 475, and no one else close after that. Not even close. So Johnny Rack with a little $255 pork chop on Friday night. And Lee Ratchin, if you take that 163 and you make it 193, he's a winner. So 2 bad balls there that were opens. If they're both strikes, Lee Ratchin's 2 balls away from winning. Obviously, first ball split, second ball miss. So those 2 first balls get 9 in spares. He wins. So as you can see, he wasn't that far off actually. And there it is. It's official. And Lee Ratchin, a little side money there on an eliminator. Bracket money, there it is. Lee Ratchin, a couple of brackets, nothing special. And that's it. Again, not a real busy night, but an interesting night, simply because when you look at the standings and realize that 4 bowlers averaged 200, 3 bowlers at 215 or more, and just 2 bowlers, one at 226, and then of course Rakoski right at about 235. Nice bowling shot. 1 open frame last game. 1 open.
Well, if you count the 11-3, yes.
Oh, you were clean 230 clean? Really lost 9 pins and count. You didn't have an open frame. John Rutkowski went 4 clean, folks, at 9:38. Not an open. That's some great bowling, bro.
I tried to get this straight. 234.
I was going to say, I said to everybody, look, wouldn't that be something if he bowled at 238? You weren't that far off, you know. John Rutkowski clean tonight, 9:38. Ryan Waddell with a check. Bowled well. Only 1-200, but held on. Obviously made his spares. So again, that's it. From Lightning Strikes, I get an early night and an early morning. We'll be on the air tomorrow morning at 11:30. It will be my last tournament to live stream for about 3 months at least. And I'm kind of glad. In the words of Tommy Jones in The Fugitive, I need a rest. Remember when he says that to Harrison Ford, that he needs a rest? So do I. So we'll see you tomorrow at 11:30. We want to thank all of you for being with us tonight. Another nice group. Had about 70, 80 people. Let's see how many minutes watched. We had right about 8,000 minutes watched. Very nice evening. Again, I want to thank all of you. See you tomorrow at 11:30. I'll have coffee, no pizza, and we will start again. So, as usual, I want to wish all of you a lot of good luck and good bowling. Tell your friends, tune us in tomorrow, 11:30 live here at Lightning Strikes. Have a great evening, and thank you.